Matt Brown versus Donald Cerrone. Guys, this is a really good fight. I'm not going to break down either of these guys' records because everybody knows both these guys. But just to get you up to speed, this fight is at 170 pounds. Donald Cerrone, I think he's had 3 fights now. His last 3 fights have been at 170. He's looked phenomenal. Matt Brown was looking great a few years back, a couple years back, and then in recent years, he's not doing so good. He really needs to win, and this is a really tough fight for Matt Brown. Very, very tough. I'm positive that Donald Cerrone is going to be the favorite. He probably should be the favorite by quite a bit. This is a tough fight for Matt Brown. This is kind of like, man, this is like, it's go time for him. I mean, he's got to win this fight. He might be out of the UFC if he doesn't win. He may have another fight after this, but I'm a little bit surprised that they made this fight. I really think that they should have given Matt Brown, an easier fight. But the thing is, technically they should have technically an easier fight. Could have given him somebody that's new to the UFC. Somebody that's just making, so maybe a kid that's fighting on the undercard. The problem with that is, some of these newer fighters could be better than the guys that are at the top now. They just haven't worked their way to that point yet. So, that's probably why he took it. It's still, when people see it, they're going to see Donald Cerrone versus Matt Brown. It's still a big fight. And it is a big fight for Matt Brown. I'm sure he's pretty pumped about training for it, and that's probably why he took the fight. So, I'm going to tell you what I want to see in this fight. It's the opposite of what most people are expecting. It's the opposite of what probably is going to happen, and it's the opposite of maybe what most people would like to see. Everybody, I think, is expecting a slugfest in this fight. What I want to see is Donald Cerrone trying to take Matt Brown down. And what I want to see from Matt Brown is heightened awareness that somebody's trying to take him down. In other words, I want to see him stuffing takedowns. I want to see him avoiding the clinch with Donald Cerrone. I want to see both these guys showing that they're improved fighters, that they've been training smart. Because on the ground, Matt Brown is getting a reputation for not having a very good ground game. Donald Cerrone's ground game is really, really good. I don't know if you guys know that. His ground game is really good. And for him to go in there, Donald Cerrone go in there and have a slugfest with Matt Brown, that's not smart. That's not smart fighting. And I just don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that. I want to see both these guys evolve, use their brain, and then their skill. But if it stays standing, I do think Donald Cerrone, I think his striking is better than Matt Brown's. But Matt Brown, he's a tough fighter. He's a really tough guy. He could definitely win this fight, but he hasn't really looked good. And I said before, since the more stringent drug testing, he hasn't really looked the same. I hate to say that. Matt Brown beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Let's not forget that, but that was years ago. They are doing more stringent drug testing in the UFC, and a lot of fighters since then have not looked the same. And it's been interesting because other fighters are all of a sudden now looking a lot better. Like Donald Cerrone fighting at 170. He's fighting at 155 before. Now all of a sudden he's at 170. He looks better. And I don't think it's because he's stronger. I don't think it's because he's not weakening himself. He said that diet was pretty tough for him to make 155, but he looked good at 155 in a lot of fights. I think a lot of it has to do with the drug testing. It shows me that Donald Cerrone was probably never taking drugs, just going in training. And now all of a sudden they're looking a lot better. I mean, Michael Bisping is a perfect example of that. This guy went from just being Michael Bisping to all of a sudden he's the champion, and he's knocking out guys that, he knocked out Luke Rockhold. I mean, nobody could ever beat Luke Rockhold in Strikeforce, and, he was always a really tough guy to beat. I mean, Vitor knocked him out with that head kick, but that was Vitor on steroids. So, Yeah, so guys, this is a really tough fight for it's a tough fight for Matt Brown. Let me tell you. I mean, it's a really good fight, though. I like both these guys evenly. I'm just going to sit back and watch and see what happens, and maybe it's going to be a slugfest barn burner. I have no idea. But I'd rather see these guys fight smart. Anyway, it's a great fight. I'm really excited about it, and I'll see you guys later.